So, and talk about a better tourism board and stuff like that's the quality of life again, tying it back to why people want to live here, taking day trips like Mary mentioned, maybe for people coming to New York, but also for people who are already here, be able to have that additional piece in their life. The arts is another way to do that. So enhancing the quality that way is definitely something that we have seen when we are out canvassing.
Yeah, I cover the towns of like Chester and Long Valley.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tourism in those areas,
Correct.
but there's also these roads that are, really haven't been changed in years.
Exactly, and because of that, there's a huge issue with traffic as well.
Right.
What do you most hear, like the biggest concern when you go around? You have to come to one thing.
Well,
Is it traffic?
I mean, I hate to put it this way, right? It's a diverse county, right? There's 39 towns, and even though the county is considered one of the wealthiest in New Jersey and one of the wealthiest in the country, the economics in this county are all over the spectrum. So you get up into Jefferson Township, the real northern part of it, they have different wants, needs, desires if you're down in Madison. So I would preface it, it kind of almost depends on where you are.
Yeah.
But the number one issue is always taxes, right? The beauty of taxes is it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican or an independent. Nobody wants to pay them.
That's right.
Nobody wants to pay them. So, so in addition to doing litigation forensic stuff, we do a lot of valuation work. So what I've always tried to do, and you can't do it in a 30-second commercial, and you can't sometimes do it at the doors. People need to start to appreciate that they're getting something in return for the money that they're putting in. And so, yes, safety and low crime rates are a great attraction, right? We're all happy to have that. But what people start to appreciate more than anything else is the arts and the cultural events, right? So if you go into Morristown and you go to the Performing Arts Center and you see a great show, instead of having to go all the way to New York City to see it, you appreciate that. If you're down in Long Valley at one of the farms that are down there, right? And there's a police officer directing traffic and you can get in and out with your kids, which I just did this past weekend, right? You start to appreciate those things, right? So that's where we think we've got to put, where taxes are the issue, but we got to get people to start to appreciate how their money's being spent. As far as the infrastructure, there are savings that can be captured within our current structure. So one of the things that we looked at, and it's a delicate issue, right? It has to be approached in a certain way, is health insurance, right? Health benefits is one of the highest costs. We're still not, you'll notice a lot of municipalities have moved to being self-funded because of the savings. The county's not there. They're not, I don't know how far into the research they've gone with that. It's not something that's easy to get that information on. But that would be something that you would want to look at, because there are immediate savings when you go from paying a health insurance to a traditional company like Blue Cross Blue Shield or something like that, or if you're in the state plan, versus being self-funded. So those savings then could be, instead of lowering taxes, right? Because what you do is you start to put that into these other areas, like some of these infrastructure things. So I kind of tried to answer your question and copped out at answering your question.
Well, and I think the traffic.
That's what I thought you were going to say, taxes.
Yeah, people say taxes automatically, and so even with some of the statistics that we've seen, traffic is also huge. Rupande mentioned that with the development that's going on around the county, the actual county organization is not keeping up with the municipality, saying, okay, these are our county roads. How is that going to impact? When I tell you that moms want to be able to get their kids from school to soccer practice and home for dinner, those are quality of life issues.
Yeah.
And when you've got to grab a quick burger at a fast food shop, because that's how you have to feed your kids now because you're stuck in traffic, these are the things that we really feel we could be at the table talking about the development going into municipalities and then how that's going to impact the county roads. Take, for instance, right now, Columbia Road. There's a huge townhouse development going up on the corner of Columbia and Park. That has really impacted people being able to get to and from work. Even people that are living on one side of town because they might work in Florham Park and they thought it was an easy ride up Columbia Turnpike, no longer is. It's now increasing that.
And nobody even lives there yet, right?
Well, they are. Yeah, people are in already.
Yep.
Still building, but there are.
They are still building,
Oh,
but there are plenty in. Yeah. And so that's impactful, and it's these types of things that we feel like somebody needs to be at the table, really look at the county with an overall vision, And how are we going to help the residents and the visitors of Monas County being able to get from point A to point B?
What are your relations